We're live. This is a big moment. If you're watching this after I went live, nobody's on the chat yet. Huge moment. We're welding with MIG. So, let me get this set up on a little tripod. Well, let's start this live session. Middle of the night, getting to work. Double shot espresso in the coffee. Let's get this strap set up. Let's go. Okay. Oh, we got our first person on the feed. What's up, buddy? Welcome. I'm just getting the camera set up. That should do. That should do nicely. Anyways, gotta come up in the air a bit. Alright, so just to discuss game plan, bro. So, like, there's a lot that's gotta go on tonight, and I kind of have an idea of how to shape the metal for this other side. So I think we're gonna be working kind of in tandem. The first thing I want to do, I have 4 more of these, and this one's not quite dead yet. I have 4 more of these. So let me show you the different tools we have. I don't know if you saw. Did you see the finger grinder thing? So that's really helpful, but to be honest with you, you can't use it. The finer, like where is this thing? Oh. What do I do with it? Oh, it's over here. Okay.
All right, you got your first like.
I'll take it. Thank you very much for liking. My name is Isaac. This is DIY Speed. And tonight, we're going to be thrashing on the frame of this 1969 El Camino that needs all the metal put back on these wheel arches. And we just switched up from using a flux core setup for all metal that you see worked on over here to a MIG setup for the first time. Never welded with MIG before, so it's going to be interesting. And just going over some new tools that I picked up to help us get into these tight corners over here. So I have a 90-degree diangle with a 2-inch or an 1.5-inch sanding pad on it. I think it's a 36 grit. And that's really nice for getting into these tight corners inside the spring perches. And then I got this finger file. It's a finger belt sander. This is also a really cool machine, not plugged in right now. And I have like 6 or 7 belts for that for tonight. So, anyways, this is really useful for just getting into certain places. And all it does is make a nice rounded, like it'll eat through metal. So it'll clean up any like cliffs or ledges you get when you're welding and you're cleaning up that. So that's what this is for. They're not going to do the big grinding parts. Like I can't use that effectively, the 90-degree angle. I can't really use that to to deburr this stuff. So we're going to have to use the big angle grinder to deburr like this section. Because you see how much flux core, spatter is still left on it. So that's the first thing I want to do is basically touch everything with the flappy disc just to get as much off of it as we can. And then just dive in on this side with welding everything that's not welded. So yeah, that's pretty much it. It's going to be tandem action. I also need to work on the metal on this side. So what I was thinking is I'm going to do just a little bit of welding here, and then you're going to take over and just do all the welding, or a lot of the welding. So I'm just going to hop into this. I'm going to find a pair of gloves real quick. I have them somewhere. And let's just use the MIG welding process for the first time in my life. Let's just see what that's like. I'm so curious how much a difference it'll make to use a proper MIG setup. Let's see. That's a ground. Anything's a ground if you try hard enough. That's a nice clean area to ground to. There's the gun gloves. That's what I need. All right, let me go get the bottle open, set the regulator. I have no idea how any of this shit should work. Okay, crack the bottle. We're gonna try, I have no idea where this setting is at. 25 pounds per minute. Can you look up what the regulator pressure should be on this? So it'd be a Lincoln ProMig 140.
Lincoln ProMig 140 regulator.
Pressure settings. Sorry, just off camera messing with the welder real quick. Trying to read the settings, make sure we're not messing things up right from the beginning. What's up, boss, with the 79? I'll take it. Thanks for the likes. My name's Isaac, and we're working on this 1969 El Camino right here. Gonna be welding away once I figure out my settings. 0.35.
Start with 20 to 25 if you're welding indoors without a breeze. If you get a bunch of bubbles in your weld, turn it up a little.
Okay, so we're just over 25. 4 people watching. All right, guys, the exciting part. Let's go ahead and turn the machine on.
They want it lower, no?
No, that's fine. We're gonna turn the wire speed down to 3.5. Turn the machine power all the way up to high.
Ow!
Knew that was gonna happen. No, didn't hurt at all. Just hit the hand. I need a new welding helmet. There's no question. This thing's been used.
I have one.
Well,
I have one. Remind me Thursday. I'll put it in my car.
next week with a better welding helmet. I found that welding with a light is helpful. So let's get some light on the area that I'm going to weld.
How's that?
Way cleaner. First time, that was bad.
Oh.
Did you hear how it wasn't?
Uh-huh.
Wow. I think the line speed's a little bit high.
Dude.
It's a totally different game, welding with MIG than it is flux core. There's no question. It's a completely different
Are we
beast.
moving the camera for 5 viewers?
For 5 years? Sure. You know what? Let me try this one more time. Okay. Yeah, I am much happier with what's happening here than what has happened in the past.
Is this one of those should have done that sooner?
Should have done this from the beginning, yeah. Just look, and I'm terrible. This is my first time ever using a MIG gun. And look at the bead.
Do you have to hit it with a hammer to actually expose the bead?
No, that's it. A MIG welder, that's it. Even if I hit it with a piece of metal, it just changes nothing. That's MIG for you. All right, well, we have our new favorite welding process. So I think I'm just gonna go ahead and jump in here real quick and just start putting some bead down as quickly as possible in the areas that needs it. Oh wow, what a world of difference that is. The zappity zap of the MIG welder. We don't need to grind anymore, we just weld. And so long as you're not a total shithead like that, then
Are we starting over?
what was that?
Are we starting over, cutting everything out, starting from the beginning?
We're basically gonna start welding all the places that we've messed up. Well, it's not everywhere, but yeah, kind of.
Dr. Darkroom is saying, wait, I didn't put on my mask yet.
All right, buddy, get it done.
Well, get to it.
That is so much better of a process. So we're going to be doing this live feed for the entire night. So stick with us. I am super stoked on how the MIG process is just a total game changer. And I think what we're going to do for the camera here is there's one section of the frame that's pretty darn bad. I say this is the section we'll do on camera right now. I blew the fuse. Who would have thought? So I'm going to go flip that real quick. And
So that's gonna be our all night, every 2 minutes?
pretty much. I mean, we're running on the hottest setting, so unless we
Okay,
drop it
so
down a setting.
When we weld over there, not from 220, like from that plug, it never blew that much. It still blew, but not as much.
Right.
I feel like all the lights of the shop are on this, not all the lights from the shop, but like there's no, because that would have been off.
Those are on a 30. This is on its own, believe it or not. This only shares with that. So long as we don't have anything running off of there, it's just these two outlets. You can actually see the wire from here.
So why does it like
Keep blowing. We're just maxing out. I have this machine on the hottest setting right now. So I have the machine on the hottest setting and it's running through a 15 amp circuit with 14 gauge, it's 14 gauge wire. We're underpowered, there's no question.
So why are we not going to another?
Because there's no 30 amp circuit to get into. It's all 15 amp for the outlets except for the 220. So I gotta add an outlet basically and run 8 gauge or 10 gauge wire and a 20 amp fuse to the box. It's a 100 amp box, so it'll handle it, no problem. But that's the reason why I keep blowing out fuses. Doesn't matter though, we're gonna keep persevering and blowing the fuse is kind of what we do over here. Nice, we got 10 people. Hell yeah, 10 likes, 9 people watching. Thank you very much. Just so you guys know what you're looking at, my name is Isaac, and the channel name is DIY Speed. And this is the frame off a 1969 El Camino that was completely rusted out and in need of everything in order to get back on the road. So before we put anything power-wise into the vehicle, I needed the frame to be solid, so that's why we're doing what we're doing. Half the frame sandblasted already. We're doing the metal work, and then we're going to wrap back around to polishing up the rest of the frame, and then coating it with, sealant and primer and all that stuff.
What about the outlet that's right by the box? There's an outlet right under the box.
We would lose more power transfer with an extension cord, because we don't have a 1 gauge extension cord. Stop what I'm saying? You lose a lot of power with an extension cord.
Yeah, but
We might as well run it. We might as well run it off the new generator I got.
Yeah, that was too loud.
It's too loud for the live feed. By the way, guys, if you have any questions, any comments, go ahead and throw them up there, and we'll answer them as quickly as we can. Right now, I think I'm just going to get some work done, so if you have your welding mask with you, now's a good time to go ahead and throw that on. You can do a few minutes of welding here, and then move on to another portion. So let's see. Let's see how our welds turn out over here. Put that stand where I want it to. Kind of like this. A lot of just positioning, folks. About to ditch this though, with just the pain in the ass it is to get in the right place. Get a wire cutter real quick. No reason to leave 1.5 inches hanging off the end of the gun. Let's cut that down to what we're going to use. And that's it, folks. We're MIG welding now. See if we can seal this 1/8 inch gap with the MIG welder. Okay, it's not going to just magically plug holes. I think that's for certain. What it will do is clean up this flux core mess. We're still going to have to cut and grind on all this. All of this is going to have to get flattened down. I think our best option is to hit this with a hammer to close the gap. Better. Got 1 inch weld done there. Gonna go ahead and try and fix this real quick. Welder. You could simultaneously make nice welds and then booger weld at the same time with it. So it's not a cure-all for crappy welding, but it definitely does make a big difference.
We gotta figure out something else.
Yeah, we gotta figure it out. I think we can turn the machine down a little bit. We might be running just a tad too hot, and we could run a little bit cooler, and hopefully that helps us from blowing out the fuses. So I'm gonna lower this down to setting C. Not my favorite thing to do. Let me have a look to see if the line speed recommended. 3.5, that's what we're running. We're actually running a little bit under 3.5. Go ahead and try that again real quick. Yeah, that's not working out at all. Let's go ahead and lower the line speed. All right, yeah, can't say that actually helped. All right, we're figuring out the MIG process. I'd say like this, dude. It's the same principles as flux core so far as not fucking it up. And what I'm seeing is that you can make beautiful welds now, but you could also add mountains. So I think what we should do for this side over here, honestly.
Just leave it as is for now?
No. I was going to say, run a bead all the way, fill as much of this as you can, right? This we're going to have to physically fill. I'm going to try hitting it with a hammer. dropping tools off of this. That is working now. But I am ruining my beautiful finish up here. Oh, that's still 1,000,000 degrees too. So, yeah, we're just gonna get to welding on this. Feel free to try to weld this area. Feel free to fix what I just made a mistake here. You don't even need to go further, but there is like one little cliff up here. And then, yeah, kind of just hop around to do your thing. If you want to do a small section at a time, we'll find the limits and how to ride the machine. I'm actually leaning towards like, let's turn the machine back up on high. But,
Let's see how long it lasts like this.
right, on the low setting. But if you're building mountains, let me know. And that, I think it's just because we're not getting enough penetration. Oh, I have a solution for filling this gap for you. Eyes. That's it. We're running MIG. Are we putting a cantilever suspension? To be honest with you, sir, Chan go. I need to Google what that is because I do not have an answer. Oh, don't want to look directly at the welding. I'm in my prime, but this ain't even Final Four. Okay.
So this was the first thing that I did. That was shit. This I'm not that
Okay.
bad of, but
So
I
this
think
is
it's
your
okay.
okay. Principles here. You pull with slag. You push with MIG.
Oh, I am pushing.
Right? Start doing your C's. Start doing something. Pick a pattern. You could do down, right, up, down, slant down, up, slant
Right.
up. You could do that, or you could do, and then when you're done, go a little bit back. When you finish your weld, move back just a little bit. This wire, I think if you go ahead and mess with it, you can get your.
Let me first try. Let me first try a little bit more of
Yeah.
that shit.
Yeah. You use this to close the gap when you're ready. Eyes. Don't stare at it, folks. Well, for you on camera, it's totally safe. For me, try not to stare at it. Look at the power of the sun. We got 20 people in the live feed and 10 likes. If you haven't liked the channel yet, go ahead, like and subscribe. My name is Isaac, and I am the host here. You're watching my buddy do some welding. We're learning how to MIG weld. It's not working out super smoothly, but it is working.
That's a whole lot better.
Right.
Still not perfect, but
Right. Remember, you're going to be doing all the grinding on this too. So, careful how many ledges you make and how much work you make for yourself. But we do have all the tools for that now. Very freaking cool. All right. Live feed's going to go. You're going to see me in the background. I might start spouting off. We got 30 people, 31 people watching right now. We're 25 minutes in. It's going to be an all-nighter here working at the shop here on a 1969 El Camino. For the first time in our lives, we're using flux core.
no.
Sorry, we're using MIG for the first time in both of our lives. And figuring out that process. And we'll see how it goes. You want to just tack that in, cut it to length to fit, and then weld it. Yeah, notice that wasn't welded in on. Your tack needs to hold the end of it in place, and then cut it. and push it in. We're all learning stuff. I did my first weld by putting up a wall 12 by 7 foot and it's still standing, never welded before. Yeah, dude, this is how it goes, man. You just jump right into it. You make a bunch of mistakes. And I threatened him with telling him that he's going to be doing all the grinding on this, so don't overdo the welds because the amount of work you're going to have to do afterwards is going to be exponential. But yeah, Chan, we're experimenting away, but also trying to get the work done. It's been, I don't know, maybe 15, 20 hours worth of work just to get to this point, and we have probably another 10, 15 hours to do. Once we get into the groove of things, things will go a little bit faster, but it's going to take a little while to get into the groove of things. All right, I fucking like already what I see there.
Yeah, but that thing disappeared the second I...
Right, that's the point of it.
No, it flew inside the second I...
Right, but it gave you the ability to bridge the gap there.
I bridged it without the piece.
Okay, but still, use it for here, tack it there, and then cover it with the welds. And you can probably even use it kind of like a MIG sort of thing. We have 30, 50 feet of it. Like kind of like a MIG thing to fill that with like a tack or whatever. Got to fill these big gaps with a little bit of metal before you try to bridge the gap with the welder, at least with our skill level. So a little bit of baling wire, I don't know, probably 1/8 inch or something like that, baling wire. Eyes. Eyes. All right, we got 20 people in the live feed. So far, 11 likes. And we're just going to keep working away. This is the only channel tonight that you're going to find a bunch of dudes cutting and welding, talking about the process, talking about what it takes to do this, and showing you every step along the way.
Eyes.
Eyes. All right. 34 people and 12 likes. You guys are freaking awesome. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel. There's going to be a feature length that comes out about this portion of the frame, hopefully at the end of this week if we can get enough work done. I just didn't want to publish a video without getting a significant amount of work done. Kind of keep that attention span for everyone, you know, where we're doing cool stuff. This is the car in question. If you go ahead and take a look in your screen now, that's a 1969 Chevrolet El Camino that's hanging from the rafters currently. If you see the yellow ratchet strap holding the rear end. The front clip is sitting on the truck bed. This is more of a ute than a truck, but still a super cool car. I think this was the best years for the El Camino. So the rear end is under there. Chan, it's a 4-link rear end, like box style arm, 4-link, 8.5 inch GM rear end, I think. Hey, Aaron, muscle car, bud, take a look. That's a 1969 El Camino. This is a GM A-body frame that we are repairing. I made a short about it, and a bunch of people told me that it wasn't worth dick. What was that?
That belling wire isn't too much. I'm filling the gap with that. I'm filling the gap.
Doesn't matter. Weld over that. Make a nice bead. Remember, with heat, you can fix your fuck up. So if you don't do too much of a fuck up, you can go right now from here all the way there and make a beautiful bead.
Let's try it.
All right. Remember, push, don't pull. Yep. You pull. Sweet. Yeah. What's up, Aaron? What part of the world are you from, bro?
Real men don't pull.
Real men don't pull out. You know the deal. I got 2 kids. Chan, where are you from? We're in New Haven, Connecticut right now. Aaron, yeah, sweet Texas, bro. I used to live out in Houston, H-Town, crappy town. Preferred Austin while I was out there, but I had work in Houston for about a year and then just spent the weekends in Austin. Joe Buckleman Jr., thanks for the question. Are you going to have tube tires? No, this is going to have, this is going to be like a Pro Touring type setup, and it might have drag radials on it. It just depends what kind of a deal I could find on Marketplace. So check it out, Joe, the 1969 El Camino right here that I'm working on. And the frame that's being prepared, I gotta say, the MIG process is so much more amicable to just be around versus flux core with all the vapors and flux popping everywhere. 13 likes, I do appreciate it. Hell yeah, guys, let's keep going. There's very few channels that are doing this style of live feed where you could see us work unedited with the mistakes, with the problems, blowing fuses, blowing holes through the metal. All of the stuff that's happening here is happening right in front of you.
And the welder with
switch the welder with the plug. Yeah, we're gonna do some grinding now. So go ahead and take your welding PPE off and switch over to your grinding PPE. I got a chunk of metal in my eye yesterday, so let's try not to repeat that. 41 viewers and 13 likes. What's up, guys? My name is Isaac. We come around the camera here. My name is Isaac, and the channel name is DIY Speed. And tonight, we're going to be doing a live feed all night while we repair the frame of this 1969 El Camino. This is our first time in this process using MIG. It's been flux core up until this point, and we're getting a handle on how to use the MIG machine. It's a different setup. Swap polarity, swap of basically all the technique kind of changes. When there's slag, you drag. When there's gas, you ass. I don't know, you push. So Buddy's gonna hop on here, do some grinding to clean up his welds, and we'll see what it looks like underneath. The problem with the flux core, yo, give me a second to answer some, we got two questions here. I'll answer Chan first. So Chan, we're using a Lincoln Pro MIG 140. It's a little bit older, a Lincoln Electric. They have an updated version that looks pretty spiffy. It's a great machine, and honestly, it's entry level. You could probably afford it if you're in welding. This is what it costs, this is what it takes. Was the frame totally rusted? Yeah, dude. Subscribe to the channel so that you can see the like full video when I put it out. You could also go back now and look at like shorts, look at videos that I have published. The frame is absolutely like caked in the rear. That whole section, the rear well there, completely gone. And we're replacing all the metal on all sides, top, bottom, everything. Keeping a little bit of what's there because we want, you know, some of the frame, but both sides need to be completely rebuilt, basically. Joe Buckleman, can you show the motor? The engine for the truck, sorry, the engine for this basically build, the El Camino, is sitting inside of the truck that it's coming out of. That's a 2004 Silverado 2500. It's a 6-liter. It's set up for nitrous already. So that's our burnout truck. That's the channel's burnout truck called Rust Rocket. And I'm going to cannibalize it for its motor. Let me get you turned back around here. all,
That's gorgeous.
the welds are beautiful.
Yeah.
Second of all, there's no pitting in it. It's laying a pretty like
Almost
solid.
no pitting.
Right. So when we do grind off, then we shouldn't have the problem with pitting underneath that we had.
Like,
I mean,
there's-
obviously there's cavities in there,
Yeah,
but
okay, so first of all, the mountains over here
Mhm.
are because that like massive gap.
right.
You're
Once
gonna
you
get-
grind that all down, then we'll do one more pass to just finish it off, grind
You
it.
have to.
But I want it to be a 90, so I like where we're going to. That's perfect. And those welds, I think I laid those right there. But
I don't think we would have to do another bead.
yeah, sorry, this was butchery right here. But you're doing good. Not really, but you're doing all right.
No,
Let's get the,
I mean this looks like crap because
yeah.
massive hole. I mean I'm nowhere near a professional, but I think those are like
This was
my,
this was the most this was just you dragging. You weren't doing any motion.
yeah no this was the first time welding. This was like okay I
Right.
figured it out,
Right.
and then this is like a massive fucking
Right.
sorry, wow.
I think we should start
Massive
instituting like
gap,
do an
so-
inch or don't do more than like an inch or two at a time. That way, if you are fucking up with your technique, you could go back and adjust it without.
Right, but
Good too
here
much.
no matter
No,
what
you
you
need to
do,
because there was a hole.
no
We're
matter
just
what you do-
discussing technique, but yeah, okay, let's knock this down. Let's go on camera, guys. It's getting loud. I'm trying to answer some questions here. All right, 54 people and 15 likes. If you're new to the live feed, go ahead and drop us a like and a question, a comment, anything you want to know. We'll answer it. Hey, Aaron, if I didn't tell you before, it was severely rotted out. So, yeah, go ahead and subscribe to the channel and just check out the updates as they come out. I'm hoping to have this all wrapped up by this week, really. All right, nice. 63 people in the live feed. Let's keep going. We're about 40 minutes in just now. Let's keep trucking away. Let's have a look at what's going
That
on.
is not bad at all.
Dude, that's awesome. All right, clean it. However you want to do. You see this? That needs to be cleaned still. So whenever you're doing like basically flattening on the metal, you'll see that ridge. You want that to disappear. Now, if you want, before you make it disappear, like you see how you're blowing through here and starting to expose that, before you make those gaps wider, I
Which
would
is
go
what I
ahead and
want.
weld that.
Right, no, but I want to expose the gap so I know where to weld.
Right, but you already have it here. You got to go from
Right.
here all the way down to there. There's no
So you're
question.
saying not to grind more here now?
Yeah, not to grind deeper, because now it's so much harder to fill those gaps than it is to just do a nice bead here. So you're gonna have your hand like
Yeah.
this, and you're gonna go and just make little C's. And I think actually since the puddle's gonna run down, right? Since this is gonna be vertical welding, you start from here and you work your way up
Okay.
in the little C
Right.
or D or the movement that I saw was like this. Huh? 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 Like a
Okay, so I do pretty much the same thing, but a little more rounded.
right. Okay.
Like that
So
feels the most
long as we
natural for
start
us.
to get nice consistent welds, that's all I'm looking for both of us. So like, just try and pay as much attention to your hand as you can so we get good welds.
You wanna swap the plugs?
Absolutely. All right, let's rig up the welding gear here. So unplug. The phone right now is stealing a plug right here. Incredible amount of battery gets used on these live feeds. So guys, if you're new to the live feed, this is the only channel that you're gonna see people working unedited throughout the night to build the 1969 El Camino. We're right now rebuilding the frame that was severely rotted. A ton of work, a ton of metal work here. It's the first time in this build that we're even using a MIG gun. We've been using flux core until now. So the whole welding process just changed. The whole game just changed for us. Buddy's struggling a little bit, blowing holes. So we're a little hot. That's what I'm seeing. We're a little hot and you're moving a little slow. So you're building up big piles and we're hot. So try and pack those in. All right, we got 76 people for a moment. If you're new to the live feed, go ahead and drop us a like, subscribe to the channel. I'm not an expert, but I'm helping my buddy here get a grip on the MIG process the same way that, well, I need help, but we're working through it. He's blowing some holes through the frame. That's really the issue that the MIG is supposed to solve, so hopefully we could work through that. From what I saw, it looked like his hand was just moving a little bit slow and the heat was up there. So, you know, you got to move a little bit faster, I guess, with this MIG process with the heat in this section of frame. But yeah, you can go ahead and just do your thing, bud. You're on camera, guy. What's up, Nick? We're working on, let me swing over to the left here, a 1969 Chevrolet El Camino.
I'm moving much faster and still blowing. There's just not enough metal here.
Okay.
You wanna lower the heat maybe?
All right, I'm gonna lower it down to the second setting. Go ahead and give it a shot.
Try.
Yep, 1969 El Camino, GMA body. Trying to, I just looked directly at the weld. That's not a good idea. Trying to fix this frame up. And like I said, it's the first time for us using the MIG gun. We've been using the flux core, which is reverse polarity of the MIG. So it's a learning curve. Just learning all over again, trying to not blow through it. Okay, you're adding metal back into that. Yeah, we're adding metal back into that. You can't ask for more. The only thing you could ask for is a little bit more movement in your hand to spread that puddle out. Right? But yeah, you could probably throw some more weld if you want and then grind it down and see if we need to do another pass. Very nice. Yeah, what's up, Nick? How big is the shop? As big as you see here. It's a 5-bay, old school, sorry, messing with the camera. It's a 5-bay. We got one lift here, 11,000 pound sucker. And it's just big enough to have a couple of projects in here. So not a professional shop. This is all home body, home done stuff. First time here. Well, Nick, honestly, bro, we're happy to have you.
Push.
Oh, all right. So take off your welding gear and switch up on over to your grinding PPE. I already got a chunk in my metal in my eye the other day that's still floating around in there. So I'm gonna go ahead and put the safety goggles on. Nick, if you haven't liked the video, go ahead and like and subscribe, man. Join the process. We'd be happy to have you along.
weld this clamp in place?
No, but it's in there. It's holding something, I believe. You can relieve it. It's just going to take some stuff. I've welded all the clamps into there. I have this thing where I run too close to the clamp and I weld it to the metal.
Yeah, you welded this thing in place.
Yeah, so now you just gotta smack it with a hammer.
I got it.
The life of an amateur welder. But you know what? Nobody's gonna tell me that it's not possible. It's absolutely possible for me to get all this stuff done. Even though I have a family and I am, after 5 years of working for myself, starting a full-time job soon. But the salary hopefully makes it worthwhile. Only place on YouTube to find this kind of work, folks. No one else is doing this. All your other live feeds are going to be random people blabbering about their lives, sitting in front of a camera in their dirty bedrooms. And we're out here trying to make the magic happen. So if you're into cars and you enjoy just good old-fashioned automotive work, hanging out with the boys in the shop, that's what we do here. The MIG is a light changer.
Huh?
The MIG is a light changer.
Dude, this is almost like just a slab of metal that's supposed to be like that.
Can you address this in some way? I think it's going to be quick, left to right. Go half-inch, bridge the gap.
You wanna switch the plugs?
We're going to switch and we're going to do a hefty amount. How often do we go live? Nick, we go live at least twice a week, usually on the weekends, so Thursday nights and Saturday nights. Like I said, I got a new job starting. I'm going to be, I live in New Haven now. I'm going to be in New York City for the week, Monday through Thursday, but that doesn't affect the live feeds at all. We'll be back every Thursday night, Friday, and Saturday night, sometimes Sunday, to do the live feeds. And then, of course, as work gets done, I go ahead and publish the feature lengths. Where are you from, Nick?
Going back to see.
Michigan. Nice. Good old Midwest. You fish for walleye up there, bud?
Could be better.
I feel like if I lived in Michigan, I would survive mainly off of walleye and yellow perch. All right, we got 70 people in the live feed. What's up, folks? We're 50 minutes in. We're going all night
I
long.
think this qualifies as my legitimately first welding.
Yeah. Yeah. So just clean it up, because you don't need to do shit. You just go and run another pass to clean it up. Keep it light,
Right.
because we're still trying to just bring it down. Other places you are welcome to weld, right here.
No, but I'm like, right?
I would keep you. Here's pretty good, but from here to here, that's still 1,000,000 degrees. But like, what's really cool about the process, it's not as hot as, so you can touch around it. 72 people in the live feed. Well, if you're new to the channel, my name is Isaac, and the channel is DIY Speed. And tonight we're working on a 1969 Chevrolet El Camino that's completely rusted out. You know what? I'm going to take you guys on a little bit of a walk here. Let me see if I could disconnect the charger. And show you what it looks like. By the way, Nick, I totally get it. This is, there's a reason why we do the overnights. I have a full-time job and a family, and can't just do this yet full-time. Hopefully we get to the point where we can, but for right now, there's no money in it. It's just about the fun. So this is the 1969 El Camino. It came out of Kansas, actually. So Kansas title. It's had some metal replaced, and if you go into the channel and look at a feature-length video on it, it's pretty rough. I mean, you can see the door jamb down there is kind of all messed up. Door jamb on this side's rusted out inside. Everything's held up by the ratchet straps, so that's interesting. But I really went with the safety on this side and the 12-ton jacks. Don't mind my Dunkin' Donuts double shot espresso to make it happen. I picked up this welder generator from Harbor Freight for 200 bucks on clearance, and it works mint. Tires off clearance at Walmart. I paid 50 bucks a piece for those Wrangler ATs. So those will go on the truck at some point. Got a lot of...
Yep.
Okay, sorry. We blew the fuse, and that means the internet goes out for a sweet second, and the live feed drops. So we just lost 50 people in about 1 second, but that's fine. Look at the metal that's had to been replaced. Basically, everything from where that floppy disk is all the way down here has been replaced. And like, yeah, you could say it's butchered in and make your comments, guys. I don't care. This is how you repair this stuff when you're doing it yourself. It's also my first time doing it, so nobody's going to say there's no time and effort spent on this. You need to clean up that mess. Yes, Spy. Thank you. I need to clean up that mess. Absolutely, yeah. So we're just filling in. That is kind of boogery, but that's going to get all ground flat, and then another layer of weld on top of it, and continue until all the porosity is gone. This metal here is completely rusted out, so let me show you what the other side looks like, so you understand basically where I'm coming from. This is the good side. Oh, the garbage? Yeah, bro, when I finish working on Sunday, I clean the whole place up, and then I make a mess again as I work. And
by the time I get here on Thursday night, it's messy again.
Right, and I actually have to pay somebody like 300 bucks this week to come and clean the outside of the property because all the leaves that fell, and I don't have time to do it. So I'm just gonna bite the bullet and pay somebody with a truck to come on out. So this was the good side, and gotta remember here, got a little bit of plate right here, got an 8x3 plate right here, and I'm actually gonna pull out. I'll put some metal in here. I'm going to take that out, and I have 2-inch bar. Then I'm going to run all the way the length of the frame here. Other than that, she's pretty good shape, guys. Like I said, the car came out of... Dude, it's challenging for sure, especially when you're an idiot like myself that has no idea what he's doing. This is my first time doing any of this, so we're making it work. And as you can see, kind of looks like Frankenstein over there, but it's coming together, and it's going to be a lot better than it was. The frame was tweaked in the way that
I'm back on C.
You're back on C. All right, we lost power again by blowing the fuse. Lose connection on the internet. 15 amp fuse.
Let me show you the difference between B and C.
Right. She's not happy with it, but no, we'll keep going. Maybe I'll make myself useful and actually pop that fuse for you.
Check this out.
All right, let's go take a look at this. See the mess that I have to navigate, guys? If you're wondering why I'm walking around all weird, I got to not trip on everything here. And smack my head at the same time.
This is on B.
That's on B.
That's on B. This and this is on C.
Okay, I can't say that it's measurably better.
No,
I
it
think
is.
the only way one
Look at
learns.
it. This is dimes. This is dimes. I mean, not really, but...
All right.
And then look at how all the
All right.
gaps and holes...
Yeah, all right, so let's grind it down to flat and then see what it looks like. We're going to show you guys. We don't hide anything, so even when we do a poor job, we show you how to fix it.
We're no professionals.
We're not professionals. And yeah, Nick over here, dude, you're like my best friend right now. Start with 1, 2, and 3, and so on. Yeah, pretty much, bro. It's been nonstop. We sandblasted this. I built a ghetto sandblast booth in here, and you can still see there's dust on basically everything. I ruined the shop by sandblasting in here improperly. And but we cleaned up most of the frame. There's still the little bit over here that needs to be done, and we'll fire up the sandblaster again and get that done. But the main thing is, looks like pigeon shit. Yeah, bro. I'm not arguing with you whatsoever. We'll fix it. We'll get better. This is the first time ever using a MIG gun, so I mean, you know, can't really shit on it too hard. But you could, and that's why we're doing the live feeds. So you could see us make mistakes and fix it so that the end process, the end result rather, comes out pretty nice. I don't know. Listen, I own the car, so it's not like I'm going to tell the next guy I sell it to that this happened. Kidding. I think I have somebody who wants to buy it already from the comment section. I don't know about that part, guys. The amount of work that goes into doing this stuff. I wouldn't start taking pictures of your work yet, bud.
No, I know. I'm just gonna send it to someone that.
To analyze and tell you what we're doing wrong.
Yep.
Oh, okay. Now we're talking. We're getting in the professionals. So, buddy just snapped a picture of his most recent weld, sent it off to a professional welder to say, "Hey, what are we doing wrong?" My guess, I did not take the time to prepare the ground properly. That's dirty metal. That's what I'm assuming. But yeah, we're gonna fire up the grinder now. Get set up to do that. So let me get this tripod back in place. Get the charger out again. The live streams just kill the phone battery so quickly. Pretty wild. I see we got 74 people here on the live feed. Only 16 likes though, guys. Come on, drop a like, subscribe to the channel. This is the only YouTube channel that you're going to find guys working live throughout the night. Saturday nights, Friday mornings, Thursday nights, you know the deal. The whole weekend, basically. And we don't hide anything. You get to see the good, the bad, the ugly. You get to see what's going on. Am I a grinder or a welder? Well, you know what? What I lack in welding skill, I make up in my ability to hold a grinder. Anyways, we're set up. We're gonna start grinding on this in just a second. My name is Isaac and the channel is DIY Speed. We're working on a 1969 Chevrolet El Camino. That's a GM A-body chassis. A little bit, you know, not a real little loop-de-loop going on over here. But all of this metal needed to be replaced. The porosity here was stick your hand through it. I mean, it had some serious weight reduction is what it had. So we're bringing the strength back to it, revitalizing the frame, which is otherwise pretty clean. The car came out of Kansas, so it shouldn't be the rustiest, and it's not. So a little bit of work, maybe 40 hours or so of work we're gonna have into this section of the frame, the rear. So basically, yeah, the whole frame will be about 40 hours till it's painted. All right, let's get the grinder. Yeah, Dakula 1. The only way to learn is by doing it. Keep it up. There's plenty of keyboard welders. Dude, there's so many people telling me, like, you should throw that thing out. It's garbage. You're wasting your time, or criticizing the work itself. And honestly, that's not going to stop anything here. So, without further ado, the grinder's going back on. Get your eye PPE on. I already got a piece of metal in my eye on Friday, so let's not repeat that. Let's go. On your metal and not the one around it, because what will happen is you create divots in all of the metal around it. You just need to focus on this spot. So as soon as you start to get flat, stop, and we're going to have to add weld. Don't create basically a valley to make it then flat. got 86 people in the live feed. Go ahead and drop us a like, subscribe to the channel. The only channel on YouTube that's just showing you the work, unscripted, unedited. And we're going all night, guys. Hang out with us. We're an hour in, and we're literally just getting started. We got 105 people on now. Welcome to the channel. Go ahead and drop us a like. We're here feeding the live feed. Burning the midnight oil here in New Haven, Connecticut. Working on a 1969 El Camino.
Next weld?
Yeah. Yeah. All right, well, the grinding portion has ended, and now we're going to go over to the welding portion again. I'm going to tap in over here, grab the welding stick, and start it's basically just an extreme hot glue gun. So I'm going to start hot gluing the metal together. Where's the helmet? There's the helmet.
What was the last message you read?
What was that?
What was the last comment you read? Just so I know where to start.
Where are we leaving you off? No, that's what it is. I mean, I seen you the other day, but you're still using flux core wire. Nah, bro. We just switched up to MIG tonight. We're using a MIG setup for the first time, honestly, in my life, and also on this project. It's all been flux core up until tonight. So essentially, we're doing all the things that I was struggling with while using flux core. The MIG is helping correct. It's not making us, you know, professional welders, but it's given us a much better chance here at doing a good job. So let me take a second to clean the ground here. Let me shut the machine off real quick.
Oh, I like the comment of keyboard welders.
Oh, there's plenty of them. The whole internet is filled with keyboard welders because I literally don't know anyone else that welds. Like, if you're not working in the trade, like, nobody else does this shit.
No, it took me months to find anyone that I can ask these questions for. And at the end, my mechanic is the one that's answering.
That's welding like shit.
Going hotter?
Yeah.
Duty cycle.
I got a little off in my direction, but you see what I'm doing here? First of all, I'm working my way
I
up.
was doing the same thing, but yeah.
I'm not saying I'm doing it better. I'm just saying.
No,
that's
you
what I'm
are.
doing.
But the difference is you're running.
I'm listening.
You're running way hotter than I was.
Right.
Mega Tater says that weld sucks. The Kula, we're in the States. We're running on 110, right?
Yeah.
110. I'm European. I'm used to 220 also, but unfortunately here all we have is 110.
Let me go switch the.
Want me to go?
Sure. I'll do a dance while we let this cool off.
Do the Trump dance.
But basically, the Trump dance. I don't know the Trump dance.
This one.
This is the Trump dance. I thought all old men do the same things with their arms, and fat men. Guys with bad knees, you know, we just use the upper body to dance. Anyways, this is working swimmingly. Like, even though I'm a poor welder, where I am welding for the most part, it's gonna be nice. It's going to grind nice. So, not mad about what I'm seeing here.
All right, wretched and lost. How much gas is left in that bottle? Well, this bottle is.
It was full. We have several hours of runtime on it. I'm not too worried.
Bourbon. Yeah. Every time the electricity blows, we lose for a few seconds, but we do our best. Internet just goes out together with the welder. What's up, RG? Well, Isaac, it seems like we have another, what was it? Megatator 34.
What's up, bud?
He is saying, terrible, go back to mommy.
Go back to mommy. Yeah, it's not going to happen. But watch what's going to happen here. Just hang around for a few minutes. Ask questions. Don't just throw insults. I'm happy to engage. Okay.
Yeah, the cooler. That is correct. The problem is we are running, the shop is mostly run on 14 gauge wire on 15 amp breakers. So eventually we will hopefully upgrade that and be able to run this welder a little bit better. But until then, it's flipping the breaker every few minutes.
Yeah. Nothing we can do about it right now.
RG is saying frame is looking much slicker since last stream I saw a few weeks ago. Yes, it is. Also, if you noticed, a few weeks ago the frame was the right side up, and now we're working on the other side.
All right, let's
Switching
make a quick
PPE?
change. We're gonna swap over from welding PPE to grinding PPE. I was messing around here in the shop yesterday, and for just 1 second, I was like, "Oh, I'm not gonna switch over to my hood, from my hood to this," and I got a piece of metal in my eye, and it's still floating around in there.
What you looking for?
My headphones.
Good point.
So, growing up, as a young man, I worked in slaughterhouses from like the age of honestly 15 to maybe 20. And my hearing is not so good because back then it was kind of like a sign of bravado to not wear glasses inside, earplugs inside the super loud plant. So my hearing's not that great, so try not to make it worse.
RG is saying, hell yeah, I was the guy on you fellas about the PPE last stream I caught.
Yeah, bro, I have multiple respirators since then. I'm not wearing one right now because the MIG process just seems so much cleaner, but I debated putting it back on. I have it literally within arm's reach.
And the Kula is saying, just do the best you can with what you have. Aye, on its New Zealand's. Whoa! someone stops running around. RG is asking if you got a PO box.
Do I have a P.O. box set up? No, but that's something I should do. I would totally take anything that you would be sending and be happy to receive it. But right now, yeah, nowhere to send mail, unfortunately. I dare say that's close to done.
I think another few passes with the welder.
Yeah, fill this side here and a little bit there, and then I'll be happy with the result, because now all of that, there was like a Grand Canyon effect here, because there's a piece of metal here and then another piece of metal here. I didn't plan it properly to get one 5-inch thick piece of metal like I should have. So just kind of filling the gap with pounds and pounds of metal and then grinding it flat. It's a lot better than it was.
No way, RG. I actually got 11 stitches in my chin for a similar thing. He's saying I caught a piece of loose wire wheel on my chin about 10 years ago, lived by face shields and a good hood ever since.
Yeah.
Kyle is saying scrap the frame. Absolutely not.
Yeah, but a little bit of hard work shouldn't scare you off. If you start scrapping everything that just looks like, oh, it needs a little bit of weld, let's throw it out. They're not making 1969 El Caminos anymore. There's nobody reproducing, well, there are, but nobody affordably reproducing GM A-body frames, so no.
RG is saying, when y'all get a PO box, make a video about it. Would love to ship y'all a good fiber metal hood.
Shoot, buddy. Thank you very much. Thank that dude, man. Hell yeah.
Well, now you gotta set up a PO box.
Yeah, now we have to. Absolutely. I need a grinding disc. Where's the fucking stack of grinding discs?
What's your language a bit? We have live viewers here.
Oh, sorry. If you could just kind of poke around here until you find.
Where's the stack?
I don't know.
You have a whole, like.
There should be a 10-pack of them somewhere.
Oh, these are cut off. Oh, right here. Dude. Right where I left them last week.
Nice.
You want a new one?
No, I'm using up all the. This project's been great because I've been using up all the older blades. Like, I use the blade to this extent, and when I first started, I'm like, oh, you can't use that anymore. It's already wore through, and now I know better. So, you know.
Those wire wheel hurts. I had a piece of wire wheel hit me in the guts. Ouch.
Ooh. Yeah, that's why PPE is important. I mean, I could stand with a piece of metal inside of my cheek, but inside of my eye, that's not an option. When I was a little kid, I was playing in the backyard with my brother, and somehow brass or copper BB made its way into my right eye. So I'm already slightly compromised there as well. Let's not add to the problems, folks. Yeah, that needs like one more pass, and then it's good. What I want to do, we're welding over here. Let's swap the ground position. So one thing I've found out so far with this project is that your ground is super important. So this being grounded to here is probably better than the strap it was on. The metal's cleaner. The position's probably a little better. So yeah, grab the grinding PPE off. And when we started doing the live streams, it was super annoying to switch between welding and grinding. At this point, kind of just necessary evil. Just gotta live with it.
Yeah, honestly, it doesn't bother me as much anymore as it used to.
It was really difficult in the beginning to say, oh, I'm really swapping back to another, like just the back PPE. My hood here, and this is the cheapest auto darkening hood from Harbor Freight, is absolute trash. So the reason why our welds are so bad at this point now is because we don't have good visibility. If we could see what we were doing better, then we wouldn't be making the bad welds that you see.
Remind me Thursday morning to switch, to move my welding helmet from
Set
car
a
to car.
reminder on your phone, because I'm not going to remember. Yeah, that welds like shit on lower power.
Honestly, I would say like up the heat, but do much shorter passes, like 1 inch max, and then wait a couple seconds. Whoops.
Yeah. So basically make a mountain of welds, take off later. Give the machine, let's say a 30-second rest running, and then I'll just hop right back into it.
You know, I thought of a crazy idea.
Yep.
Oh, wait a sec.
Okay.
It's too bad that the internet keeps falling out, because otherwise, oh, maybe they have Bluetooth. You know the switch bot?
Oh, to switch the breaker?
Uh-huh.
Yes.
If they have those on Bluetooth, maybe we should get one.
Well, losing my helmet.
Yeah, the heat definitely sounds better when it's a little hotter. The problem is the electricity tends to blow out quicker.
Right, but we're solving that by just not welding the piss out of it. This is awesome because like now, this is filled, so when we grind it, it's going to grind flat.
Hopefully.
And this whole issue should be over. I don't know how much more we're going to persist. This is like an aesthetic thing at this point, which I could fix that with a little bit of putty and then just paint right over it and nobody would know. But I'm also
Well,
not
all these
super happy
84
with it.
people that are watching now would know.
Right, but unless you like and subscribe and join the channel full time, you won't be able to tell anybody that this is what I'm doing.
What amperage are we running on the machine?
All of it.
All of it.
Setting D for gimme D power.
Let me see, what does D say? Seven and a half. Does that make sense?
Does that make sense to who?
I don't know. Your duty cycle should be well off. Just make sure your amps and your brakes are. Oh, yeah, we know. It's unfortunately not 30 amps. The wiring here is not. It's too high of a gauge to run 30 amps. So we just do what we gotta do.
Yeah.
We're running currently at 15. And we flip the breaker every once in a while. It is what
Yeah,
it is.
you know, you flip a breaker once in a while. What's the big deal there, bud? You know, in retrospect, when we redid the electricity here and thought about what would be going on in the shop, I should have run, or at least one outlet that was heavier duty. So I'm going to have to add an outlet to the system for welding. There's a 220 on the back wall, but that's not going to help for this welder. So it's what it is, man.
Coolest thing, if you guys go black, we will know you have blown the breaker. Yes, that's absolutely what it is. And when that happens, we are generally back within 30 seconds or so. Reverse, I cannot say that comment out loud. I'm sorry. We do try to slightly be politically correct here. Not really, but some words I try to refrain from.
You're damn bro, you're doing, and I'm not gonna lie. I don't know, reverse. Listen, we're happy to have you, bud. Welcome to the channel. My name is Isaac and this is DIY Speed. This is the only place on YouTube that you're going to find dudes working unedited, unscripted, for you to see all the problems that go into fixing what is a 1969 El Camino. This is a GM 8-body frame that was completely destroyed by rust. And we're patching it back together. Come hell or high water, it's going to happen. So, switched over to the grinding PPE. I'm going to go ahead and knock down the welds I just put down. And we're going to be that much closer to getting this little section buttoned up. And then we didn't even start with the gymnastics yet.
Hey, I got a shout out.
Yeah.
RG is saying shout out to the cameraman. Helper, bro.
Yeah.
All the
Listen,
above.
did you get your citizenship? Are you an American citizen yet?
I am. I even voted.
Ah, it's dude voted and everything. Yeah, so we got a full-blooded Amsterdam import over here.
Isaac, while you're continuing here, I'm going to do a quick walk around the body.
You do what?
Quick walk around the body to show them what that's like.
Enjoy.
So, here's the 1969 El Camino body. 12-ton jacks in the front, sitting nicely on the beams over there. And in the back, it's hanging from the rafters. If you look at the bed, it's mostly in good condition. Obviously, there is some spots. Let me see if I can find it easily. Yeah, right there. Let me get my flashlight out. Right there, that's gonna have to be fixed some point after the frame is done. The front is in decent shape. One of the previous owners absolutely filled the heck out of this. Everything, the frame, the body, everything. I'm not sure how much you can see, but there's expanding foam everywhere. That's the better spot probably. There you go. Everything is absolutely filled with expanding foam on both sides. Trying to get the best shot possible. It might be a little bit shaky, but yeah, that's pretty much the condition of the body. There's no interior currently in the car, but it looks yeah. We have our work cut out for us, but that's what we do.
So I'm pretty stoked with this right here. That's good enough for me. Basically, I am going to use a little bit of putty to fill in the slight cavitation there is in some areas, but in general, that's pretty good. So now I'm just going to move around, fix a couple areas where there's some cavitation over here, and we're actually going to get into new metal in just a minute. Another thing I want to do is use this bad boy.
So the door
This
jambs,
section
from
right
what I
here.
remember, are pretty much untouched. Like not really much rust there.
They've been welded on. One of them's been welded on. I think the driver's side is.
We can't really open the doors now because the frame is not on it. We don't want to mess with it too much.
Correct.
But from what I remember correctly, it's not too crazy. There is some spots on it. Let me.
No, the
Take
body's messed up hardcore.
Like there definitely is spots like that all over, but it's not in absolute terrible condition. Like it's workable. Definitely seen worse, absolutely. Yeah, it mostly is the usual spots.
You'd like to remain in. So the cameraman would like to remain anonymous. He's on camera, but unknown. You know, until the social is really stamped into as an American citizen. You want to keep your head low. You know.
It is though. That ain't no excuse no more.
This thing needs a new belt. To be honest with you, I have no idea how to service this thing.
Why not unplug it out, figure it out.
Yeah, exactly. I threw out the user instructions as soon as I bought it. I have multiple belts for it, which are all off camera here. Where do I have supplies for it?
It doesn't look too complicated. I think I know how to do it.
Yeah, somewhere in this bag, I think there's supplies for it. All right.
Where are the Allen keys?
The Allen keys,
Found them.
somewhere in the mess.
Found it.
The shop is always a mess, but you know what? So is my mind. So, cameraman,
ADHD.
say no more. The wheel, turn it, you get slack. LOL. I'm lost. Oh, the wheel on that thing. Yeah. Well, that's like a left to right adjuster, and then there's a lever that adds pressure, like or tightens the belt. And then you got to pull off the whole side of it to put a new belt on it because I kind of destroyed that belt just messing around with the machine. But the finger sander, belt sander thing, super cool. Let me find one. First of all, clearly I lost the bag. It's not there. Most recent tool bag. Just running around looking for stuff.
That was empty.
Well, belt sanders. I made sure to buy extra stuff because it's Saturday night and you can't go to the store to buy what you need. So,
Oh, it's the wrong size.
no, it's half inch by 18, bro. Exactly the right size. Oh. Oh. Listen, I try my best. I'm not the smartest dude. Well, to some people I am, just not you. But I try my best. I make mistakes all the time. If you look at the channel description, it says, "Welcome to DIY Speed. Join me as I destroy everything I own and maybe fix a thing or two." Now, we've grown from that point, but this is still the ethos of the channel. DIY Speed, man. We're out here. I'm out here learning this stuff on the fly, making the dream work as best as I can. With no formal education, I'm taught by YouTube University and the School of Hard Knocks. which basically means you just jump into this stuff and figure it out as you go. So far, it's been fun. And the only money I've had to spend is on equipment and, of course, my time and parts and all that stuff. But that's like paying for an education. So I was never one for sitting in a classroom. This is my classroom, and I get that, like, oh, when you go to welding school, you sit in a booth and you weld. Yeah, no, okay? I'm not going to do that. This is what I do.
No.
We got 76 people. Yeah, DeCooler, you're awesome, bro. RG also. Guys, if you haven't liked the video yet, drop us a like. Go ahead and subscribe. We're an hour and a half in. This is the only channel on YouTube that's going to give you hours of unedited live footage of what it takes to fix these cars. Everybody's giving you something that's been watered down or edited down, like my feature-length videos are, but I'm trying to give you guys basically an inside look of what it takes to do this. If you ever thought of doing it in your home, I mean, if you had a garage big enough to just have this slightly off the ground on jack stands, you could do this exact style of work with no training whatsoever. So if it's just know-how that's stopping you and not a monetary restriction, you could do this too.
This thing is tricky.
Oh, you broke it already?
I broke it.
It's never been off.
I know. It just tripped the moment I put it in.
The little PTFD on it. All right, well, the Harbor Freight tool is already malfunctioning. Might have to go and warranty that one. I skipped the replacement plan on it, but I did just buy it 2 days ago and the nut stripped immediately. So hopefully, Harbor Freight's pretty good on the exchanges and warranties. And it wasn't that expensive. I think it was maybe 50 or 60 bucks. So we're not going to cry
I think
about
you have
it.
30 days to put the warranty on also. Don't quote me on that though.
Double shot espresso, black coffee with a double shot espresso. That's how we do it out here. No milk or sugar. $19 likes. Yeah, let's try to get to 20. Let's keep it going. Hour and a half in. If you just tuned in and didn't hear, this is DIY Speed. My name is Isaac, and this is the frame of a 1969 El Camino. And then we're bringing it right back around. It's going to be in service sooner than later. Pretty proud of these flux core welds right here, but we're going to do better now that we have a MIG gun. We're set up for MIG. We got everything set up here. We're rocking and rolling.
Nah. I mean, it sits, it just keeps turning.
I need electrical tape. I don't know if that's.
No warranty replacement. Just tape it.
Guys, you're gonna want to see what I just did here. This is absolutely the way to go. I was having a couple of problems with this thing. So the bolt, little bolt here that holds this access port just stripped immediately. So I was having an issue with the tensioner here, untensioning it, and pretty much the way that I bandage everything that breaks here, a little bit of electrical tape. Right back in service. So, we'll plug her back in. Put this on. Trying to take the PPE seriously, so always take the time. This is a cute tool, and it works, but it's cute at best when it comes to taking off real metal.
For finishing at most.
Yeah, it's a finishing tool. That's what it is. Sorry to be right in the camera. It's a finishing tool. So we're done messing around with that for a second. I have the welder. I turned the bottle off for now. All right, we're gonna be switching gears. Let's get everything fucking set back up. Open up the bottle. Give her a couple of cranks. Yep, our pressure's where it needs to be.
Bust the die grinder out, baby. Yes, RG.
I got it sitting right here. Here, how about this adventure? This unscrews and a new one screws on it. The rubber boot stays here and the blue thing unscrews. Yeah, a little McGraw action.
So let's try that.
Yeah. I mean, if you want to go, I'm gonna just do some random welding. Not random. I'm just gonna do some welding here. We shouldn't weld down here because we're gonna flip the frame and then weld. It's gonna make that a lot better. So I think any upside down welding right now, no reason for it. Like we could do anything topside, anything underside. It's really no point because it'll do a lot better job when we flip it. So I'm gonna lower this down a little bit and we're gonna change the camera angle and start working on the inside. Looks pretty good, doesn't it? Especially on camera because you don't see all the problems.
Yep.
Like just these welds right here alone are worth it. What happened right here, it's just fucking worth it. So I'm gonna go ham right now. That's what it is. We're going off on some welds. Oh, I need big clamp. So I'm kind of like force feeding a piece of metal into here. It's not a great situation of what I'm doing to get this spring perch rebuilt, but it is a situation. So in other words, it's gonna work. Even though it's not the best.
RG is saying the beauty of shop work is you can flip your workpiece to avoid all those overhead.
Right. You're right, RG. We're gonna be flipping the frame soon. Maybe we should put it on its side to do these. Maybe that is the move. Anyways. Oh, could you plug the welder in? Get that baby going again. Let's get a flashlight going.
Those flapper grinder discs are awesome for finishing too, but they're a rip-off over here, $15 each. What is over here, Dakula?
Oh, it's like $5 for a pack of 4, the 2-inch.
$15, is that your currency or USD? What would that be in USD?
Magnifico. The MIG process is so much better, especially for the areas where nobody's gonna see. I don't have to grind any of this now.
How much did you say those discs are?
How much for what?
Those discs.
I got a 4-pack of the Hercules discs for like $5, dude. It was not expensive at all.
So it's
Harbor Freight. If you don't shop at Harbor Freight, that's the problem.
So he is in New Zealand, and he's saying they're about $9 USD each.
Oh, that's okay. So if you buy the single packs here, you could spend $10 on a flappy disk. But if you go to Harbor Freight at the right time, I just bought their $5, their 60 grit like flappy discs for $1.99 on sale. They were like 60 or 70% off.
RG is saying, I've got a box of Pearl wheels from 1999. It's always the 40 and 80 grit you don't have when you need them.
Exactly. I bought like all 36 and 60 grit, like the most coarse stuff I could find, because I'm not messing around. I need the metal to go away so I can get back to working on it. Lost a little bit of the consistency there.
Not gonna lie, Harbor Freights are decent, but don't last very long in my type of work. What do you do for a living? RG is a structural welder.
Oh, dude. That's freaking awesome. Honestly, dude, if I could do it all over again, I'd love to be a welder. When you do structural, you're welding like I-beams in buildings. So, okay, you
Yes,
can
this is MIG.
answer it as you please. I wanted a welder generator, so I picked up from Harbor Freight an Outlaw 195. It's right now it retails for $1,800. I got the floor model for it. Yeah, you can go show them. I got the floor model on clearance for $200, and she's minty. So I'd love to do this stuff. I'm trying to get property managements here where I live to have me weld their fire escapes and whatnot, stuff like that. That breaks steel. Haven't had much luck in getting jobs yet.
He's an iron worker. Yes, sir. Erector structural welder iron worker.
What does that mean? Where do you work? Where is he from? New Zealand?
The cool is from New Zealand, if I remember correctly.
RG, where are you from, bro?
The cool is saying, whoops, sorry for that. The cool is saying, yeah, we can get cheap packs over here, but they wear out heaps faster than the name brand ones. Yes, they absolutely do. But when you go through them one after the next, honestly, with this kind of stuff, it's probably ends up still being cheaper even by going through them one after the next. RG is from Cali.
California.
Yes, sir.
Nice, dude. I kind of grew up in California. What part of California are you from?
Personal question. Feel free not to answer. Where did you not grow up?
Where did I not grow up? I lived a lot of places, guys. So from 97 to '05, we lived in Los Angeles, California. Well, San Fernando, California, the Valley, in Granada Hills.
Do you have good ventilation in here, in there? Well,
Yeah, not bad. It's pretty good in here right now.
it's a whole lot better now that we're using MIG.
Way better.
Southern California.
San Diego way, huh? I'm so much happier with what's happening here.
RG's asking, my big question would be if you're looking for subcontractor work, do you have your own rig?
Do I have a truck to put the welder on? Yeah.
You can build one.
Yeah. Listen, I've been looking for an excuse to buy like a 90s Ford with a 7.3 and a service box on it. I just haven't had enough business to go out and spend the money on it. But if I had like one job, I could justify it to my wife and go buy that the next day.
How much more do auto darkening face shields cost? Is Bob the violin?
Mine was $45. Don't use this one. No bueno.
RG's from San Diego. Local 229 iron worker, union proud.
Very cool. Don't know shit about it, but that sounds pretty cool. My mom grew up in San Diego. I still got family there. What's the name? Coronado Beach. What a cool place.
Holy. I just looked that up on Google, RG. You guys work on some pretty cool stuff, huh? And we're back live.
Sorry, I got I got trigger happy here and just started laying bead, and then I blew through a section and it turned off. So we're gonna let the machine cool off. Gonna go ahead and hit the whatchamacallit. What's going on? What are you showing me? B-52 bombers. That's freaking cool.
Is this something you worked on, RG?
All right, don't be creepy to the guests.
He posted it.
Yeah, straight up. That's cool. We're an hour and 52 minutes in. It's nearing the middle of the night for sure. It's got to be 11:56. We're almost at midnight. Guys, go ahead and like the video. Subscribe if you haven't yet. My name is Isaac. The channel's name is DIY Speed. And we're just working away here tonight to get this frame buttoned up on this 1969 Chevrolet El Camino. All right, the welder just kicked back on. Let's dive right back into it. Want to go? Absolutely. The only time to drink soda is the middle of the night. The preference time to drink soda is the middle of the night. Oh, almost lost her there, bud. All right, don't you go nowhere.
are you guys going to end up butchering it? I don't know. Are we?
I can't make it any worse than it was. You know? So I guess the answer is no, we will not be butchering it. All right. There's a gob of weld in there, and I don't even care. I'm not even going to try to clean that up. That's fine. But that's the difference. I welded up this seam. I mean, I just covered up all my mistakes by what I did. But, you know, it is what it is.
Yours?
No. No reason to bring them in there.
I mean, we have a structural welder in our.
Right. I guess I don't need to take the ear beating. It's gonna brain.
I build mostly high-rise buildings. To the cameraman's question, damn, that's awesome. The only people in the welding world that I have more respect for are underwater welders. Like, that stuff is absolutely insane. But high-rise buildings, dude.
That's pretty cool.
So what's the highest altitude that you have welded on?
I'm creating more problems than I'm solving with that, okay?